This is part 2 of the one-page 12 by 12 paper mini album. I showed you how I did the binding in this video as well as decorating. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie. We are here with the second part of the little journal that we're making. It's a mini album and I'm making it for a Christmas gift. And if you are looking for part 1, it is in the description box. Make sure if you like this type of video that you subscribe, and let's jump right in. So I have put together a second journal because I wasn't filming. So the next thing is we're gonna need another cover. So I'll be right back. Okay, the cover's made, and so we can continue on. Now, the next thing I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to turn these into pockets that I can put things in from the top. Now, as I'm making this, I'm going to do this book this time just with the 9 photographs. But I think what I'm going to do is add like the 50th wedding anniversary picture, maybe a 25th wedding anniversary picture, and a wedding picture in here. And I really want to make it about their love story. Okay, so here we have the pocket that's like this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come down this side and across the bottom. And that will give me a side pocket to put a picture in as well. Okay. And at the same time, we're closing up the spine here. Okay. So our next one is another one. And remember, these are the bottom. So I'm going to come and go across the bottom with the glue, across the side. This is the binding side. And I am going to go down the middle. Okay, because this helps keep it closed. Is something that I've discovered. Okay, now I want to make sure my binding is straight. Now you can go ahead and add a couple of shim pieces up here, and that will help so that because remember down here you have pockets and stuff. So let's open this one carefully. And I do have this piece. I'm going to add it in here. Should glue down okay on the one side. I'm going to have to add glue on top of it. And you know what? We have this piece too. Let's go. Well, there's no glue left. And you'll see when you're making this what I'm talking about, needing a little bit more in there. Otherwise your book is going to be skinny. Your binding will be skinny on the top and thick on the bottom, or thicker. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of shim. Okay. But you see how thick that is there, and then this is so much thinner, and that's even with us adding a couple little pieces in there. Okay, so this is what we have. We have this flap down. These are 2 pockets. We'll be putting our pictures right on top. There's our side pocket. This one can flip down. There's this, another pocket, and this one can flip down. Okay, And then on the top, we have an opening and an opening. Okay, so we have 2 openings on the top where we can also put things. So next we're going to use our black. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and we'll cut this down just a little bit less than the half. And this is just the black paper from Michaels. My cover I made out of a file folder. I ended up with hundreds of file folders from my dad's office. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to make a little binding. Okay, and I am going to did I put my thing? Probably not. Of course not. Oh, here it is. It's just blending. Okay, so we're going to go with okay, we're on here, and we're going to go to the second notch, and then, so that's a quarter, and then we're going to go to the 1/2 inch. Okay, so this time I'm going to give it a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch binding. I think that should be enough. Now we'll go ahead and fold these and fold this. And now we're going to add glue. Okay, so we need to come and cut down our journal. Now this part took a long time to dry. So I already have one dried. I'm just going to go ahead and come over here and cut this. I'll still have, if I rough up this edge, okay, rough up this edge, then I know I have another one that I can use for my next one. Because I need to make several of these, remember? For my family members. Okay, so, okay, so I'm going to do something different here. I need more shim. I'm going to use some pieces of this black paper. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is attach that to the back here. Attach. Now I'm not going to go down past where the pocket would be, but this is going to help when we're gluing it. Oh my gosh, it was really hard to glue this together, so I'm going to see if this helps. I'm going to do 3 pieces, okay, because we have the other 2 little pieces, and then these 3 pieces should help us. Okay, so you see, because see how thick it is here, and then how much thinner it is down here, that I think that's going to help us. Okay, so next I'm going to put glue in here. I want to come along the edge, and then in the spine. Okay, and in the spine, and then we're gonna put some glue on our little thing here, and then put not a lot of glue, but a lot of space. Okay, so come across the top. Okay. And hopefully this will make its way and not be a mess. Okay, so let's come down here and we are going to put this in the gutter. Okay, so there's the gutter, and then we're going to press our journal, our album book. Okay. There we go. Oh, I forgot about one other thing that we had on the front of this. We can do this real quick. So we had a piece of the black and white striped washi down here. Okay, I'm going to cut it at this edge. I'm not going to worry about the bottom yet because it wrapped around on the last one. Okay, so here we go. Our back is attached. It's our front that we have to sit here and pay attention to and hold. So I'm going to pay attention to it and hold it, and we'll move on to the next decorating. We're still in the pay attention and hold for the front here, but I do want to show you that our back is ready for us to just go around and trim around the outside. Okay. And that can go to the trash, and then we'll come back. See, it's still not holding yet. It took a long time for the other one to hold. Long time. I think it's because of the tissue paper, but I'm not sure. Okay, but I can go ahead. We'll just check on this every once in a while. So back to this one. One of the things I've decided is I am going to cut out this front flap. I want the picture to be the total star of the show here, as it should be. So in that video earlier this week, I found the scissors and I've lost them again. Some are right here on my desk. Oh, here they are. I like these ones because the tips of them still work. Tips of these don't work anymore. Okay, so same thing. We're going to come, we've put them on. We're going to come here. We're going to take this off, and I'll show you what I've done here to do some decorating on this page. I have added some washi tape to the outside of this page, and you'll remember from part 1 okay, so just clean this up best I can. Might even have to bring in, there we go, sandpaper maybe, or fingernail scissors or something. I don't know. Something that can get up in there. Okay, so we did this in part 1. I did add one of these silver see-through stickers because this was Christmas. You can see there's a Christmas tree behind them. So I swirled it here. For this one, we went ahead. I've mounted this picture. I used one of these that we took off, and I folded it in half, and I made it a little tab, stapled it on there, and then put the little bling on top of that. We still have this pocket here that I'll be able to use to put one of the more recent pictures of Mom and Dad in. And so next, they went to Disneyland, and I had this punch, so I punched it out and put it here, and then I punched it out again and I stapled it just so you see the ears, and I put the little bling over the over the staple, and it was really cool. It was Halloween time when they were there, I think. Looks like a witch's pot that says Disneyland, and my mom's in it. So anyway, I thought that was cute. Okay, so here I've mounted this picture on some black, added washi tape to the outside, and now we are going to do a little more decorating. So we've taken, oh, that's right, and I did take the flap off of here, and that's what I used for here. Okay, so now we are going to do just a little fun decorating. Now, one of the things, I'm going to take this off because I have an idea. Okay, I'm going to stick it over here. Hopefully I'll remember where I put it. I have this beautiful piece of lace. This is from a wedding dress. I do have these, there's wedding dress, they're appliques. They are available in the Dear Julie Etsy shop. And they come not coffee dyed. I coffee dyed them. And they turned out really, really great. So I'm cutting this. I'm going to make a flip. Okay. So let's go ahead and cut across. So it'll be a veil kind of over the top of the picture. I'm okay with that because I think the added will be awesome. Okay. And now right there. So we'll go across there. Okay. Just like that. And then we're going to come and add fabric tack because it is fabric. Okay, so we're going to add a little fabric tack. And we're going to go right across, just like where we had that blingy thing before. We're going to put this down. Okay, there we go. And then we'll attach the bling back on top. Okay, so we have a little flip. And okay, so on this card, I mounted it. I used this punch that I got, I think I got it at Michael's. And it makes this embossed double heart. I stapled that on and then added the bling. I put a little bit of the washi tape behind just to have some interest there. And then excuse me, I also have a little love that I thought we could put down here as well. Let's see how it looks with, yeah, or maybe up here. I think we'll put it up here. I think we've got enough going on with the little flip. And so this was a similar punch. It does an embossed thing and punches. And so that's that punch. Okay. So if you see those, I believe they were at Michael's when I picked them up. They are by, doesn't say. Doesn't say. Sorry about that. Okay. So that gives us a little bit more pretty. Okay. Next we're going to put something in between just so we don't stick anybody together. So here we have my mom and dad's senior pictures. I have another beautiful piece of lace that I want to add here next to my mom. And so this is again one of the appliques, and it is coffee dyed. This is what they look like with what it sort of looks like, what the appliques look like. So you get several in the bunch, and so check it out. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to come down this edge, cut off that leaf, cut off that set of leaves, come around this rose, come around this rose, and that'll give us a better sense of where we are here. I'm going to go ahead and lightly fussy cut around this. Okay, there we go. And then we'll add this to my mom. And again, we'll be using the fabric tack. So I updated my phone and I got like 3 gigs of space. I don't know if the update was holding that much. I don't know where it came from, but I'm very happy because I've really been struggling on space on my phone. I have to do a thing with my phone, taking pictures off my phone, putting them on the computer. And I just don't have the time or the patience for that right now. Okay, so there's that. And then I thought I would add, so this is another one of the appliques that I had, and I cut one of them up. And there's this little flower that has just a little bit of this stuff, and I thought I would add that to my dad over on this side. Maybe that's why he's got that look on his face. He knew I was going to add a flower to... No, he wouldn't care. There we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, so there's Mom and Dad. And we'll go ahead and put this in between so we don't glue anybody together. I think this page looks pretty good. We do have this little, oh, maybe we don't. There is one more little thing, but that's okay. Okay, so I thought maybe if I could find a Merry Christmas or something that was black, we might put it here. We have this, I showed you that we made like that. And I showed you Disneyland. And now we're going to go ahead. And this one kind of looks, well, it's in Ventura, so it's at the beach. This might have even been a party or something. I don't know. But it's amazing. And I'm going to add this flower that, because of the palm trees, it kind of reminded me of like Hawaii or tropical. And this flower kind of reminded me of like a hibiscus, kind of a tropical flower. So I thought I would put that on. Yes, I am going to let it hang up off the top. I think that'll be kind of fun. And will give us that look from the outside. And okay, then we also have this little piece. But I don't want to take away from my dad's socks or his brace or those shoes. Okay, my dad had to wear a brace like that and those shoes. I mean, I was in my 20s before he got one of those plastic braces. And my dad only owned my whole life, like the pair of shoes that was on his brace and a backup pair that was his old pair from the brace in case something happened and he needed to put a shoe on his brace. Okay? So my whole life, and he could only wear those kind of shoes. So when I was in my 20s and my dad got his brace, the plastic one, he was able to wear shoes. And oh my gosh, my dad turned into Imelda Marcos. My dad had more shoes than my mom. Probably twice as many shoes as my mom. But, you know, he had never gotten to wear regular shoes in his whole life. And then he could. So there's his brace. There's his shoes. There's his crutches. All very much a part of our lives growing up. And definitely a part of his. Okay, so I have one more thing I want to do. I have this beautiful piece of lace. And I want to add that to the cover. And I think what I'm going to do is add it like to the corner here. And I think that will be really, really pretty. So let's go ahead and put some glue down all the way up to the edge. I should have done this with... It'll work. This will work on fabric. It just takes so much longer. Oops. And I can't put the fabric tack on now because the two glues don't like each other. They don't like each other. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to pull that up. Okay. So that is going to be my cover. Go ahead and cut along the top. Okay. Then we have this one little piece. I just absolutely love this. I'm thinking I might want to put this in as like a tab. Just because it's so darn pretty. Okay, I am going to cut this off and grab the fabric tack. Whoops, I just took the whole top off instead of just the lid. So have you ever made one of these little mini albums? There's several ways of doing them. I've done several. I'll put the playlist for these one-page mini albums, and you might find some other mini albums in there as well. I will put that in the description box below, as well as part 1 from this set. So where I actually made the journal for this and I started decorating it. And there we go. Okay, I'm not going to put that back in there because I don't want it to glue. But that is going to be my journal. Now, depending on, I'm going to need something to tie it. I can tie it with this black and just tie it in a knot, kind of, right? Okay. I like that. It is going to be a Christmas gift. I could tie it with the red, but I didn't end up using red anywhere else in there, so maybe not. I did pick up some more of the Dollar Tree lace. Kind of don't like that. It's kind of thick. You know, I have some raffia here. I like the raffia. So I'm probably going to go ahead for now and tie it with the raffia. Again, I can't do it because I don't want to compromise. Oh, I think we're dry. That's the best thing about... There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll tie it. And I may end up using a piece. I have some white yarn, off-white yarn that I use a lot of the time, and so I might use that just because it probably will look nicer. So there's my mom and dad, and let's see, how did this other one do? It finally dried, so we have the next one is ready. Okay, and you can see I just used regular scrapbook paper with the file folder covers, and I think it turned out to be a good combination. So we can go ahead and undo this, and of course it will just sit nicely on a shelf like this. So these pictures, my mom and dad met in 1957, and so these pictures are probably from like 1950. This is probably the first one that they went to. My dad looks really, really young there. So 1957. Here's our little flip up. Here we have our pocket. And this looks like, actually it kind of looks like my dad in college. So there we go. So they're like 1957 to 1960 when my mom graduated, and possibly 1960 up to 1961. I don't have my daughter right now has the actual pictures, so I don't have them to look at the backs, but I think they're amazing. What a great find, and I think this is going to make a nice gift. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you can go out there and make some little wonderful gift if you wanted to. And I will show you, I have a set of the smaller pictures. And so I'm going to do this and I'll do it smaller eventually as well. So find something to celebrate every day. What's your favorite picture? And what's your favorite page or in this little journal? There we go. Have a great day. Thanks so much for being here. The part 1 will be in the description box below, as well as the mini album, 1-page mini album playlist. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.